Firefighters spent this day on extreme alert, and the red flag warning is going to continue tomorrow. Heavy winds blowing across the strait, creating conditions capable of turning a small spark into a very big blaze. Those winds are coming from the west, and the Texas Forest Service says the danger zone stretches all the way to the I-35 corridor. We didn't see any major fires in our viewing area today, but out in West Texas, a different story. Fierce winds in the Panhandle, look at that, causing mandatory evacuations for some rural areas around Amarillo, as well as the city of Borger. A bit further south in the Lubbock area, several homes caught fire. The entire town of Matador was evacuated. The Texas Forest Service says in all, 15,000 acres caught fire across the state today, and the wind that makes these fires so tough to fight is still blowing. KXAN's Jacqueline Inglés joining us live tonight. And Jackie, no major fires here, but some folks are violating the burn bans, huh?
David, they are, and Texas Forest Service officials told me that it's actually dozens of people that are violating the ban, especially in Hays County. Now, that's not good to hear because with the dry, windy conditions, as you said, fires can spark up easy. Now, what I want you to see is here, it'll better illustrate for you, is the grass I pulled from the brushy area behind me. You can see it's dead and brittle. Now, you can only imagine if someone were to take a cigarette and flick it into an area like this that has a lot of this brush, it would be extremely dangerous and deadly. Jan Fulkerson with the Texas Forest Service is spreading the word that any spark can start a fire in our dry, windy weather.
The fuel conditions right now, all this dry, dead, standing grass will carry fires, and we have an abundance of that right now due to the high amounts of rain last year.
Fulkerson says fires could spread the length of a football field in 60 seconds. People need to be cautious and cooperate with firefighters.
We live in the edge of the hill country, and it doesn't take much to drive through any neighborhood and see what kind of vegetation is growing near their homes. And when the humidity drops, that's just waiting to light off, and it moves very quickly.
Fire danger is going to be extreme.
Driftwood firefighters are dealing with many Hays County residents who are not obeying burn bans. They even put up these roadside signs as reminders. They're also issuing tickets and fining people $500.
We're concerned that there's going to be losses.
Fulkerson is also schooling firefighters before she deploys to Killeen. She says their first priority is to get people out of harm's way if a fast-moving brush fire starts.
We're going to be very, very conscious of getting the public out of the way.
Fire departments are already preparing and deploying staff to West Texas. Preparations got underway Friday after Governor Perry activated the Texas Intrastate Fire Mutual Aid System to stage resources. His activation has special brush fire trucks like this one in Oak Hill charging up. The department is also fully staffed.
We're ready to go as soon as something happens.
If fires can't be put out on the ground, single-engine air tankers will take over from above. That is, if winds are under 45 miles per hour. If not, the planes can't take off. Now, people can help prevent fires from starting. Fulkerson is offering these tips. Don't throw cigarettes out car windows or onto the ground. Make sure to keep your gutters clean because embers can travel in the wind and your house could catch fire. Make sure to keep your trees, grass, and hedges cut short. Watch out for flat tires and chains dragging behind trailers. Always obey burn bans, and if you see smoke, call 911 immediately. Now, again, these warnings should be taken seriously. These extreme fire conditions will be passing across I-35 Monday, leaving our viewing community on high alert for at least the next 36 hours. Now, to find out more about this warning, let's go to Natalie Stoll in our First Warning Weather Center. Natalie, what are we looking at in terms of weather over the next couple days?
Well, these fire weather warnings are going to continue for at least through Monday, the red flag warning especially. Right now, we've started to see them expiring over portions of West Texas, but again, still reports of wildfires in effect, especially near the Midland area, as well northeast of the city and also southeast of the city. Wildfires reported there. And areas in red are under a red flag warning until midnight tonight. A little bit closer to our area, we have Gillespie, Blanco, Hays, and Lee counties under that red flag warning until 4 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to continue to see our relative humidities drop below 20%, and winds are going to remain breezy. Now, they have been breezy all day long across the state, especially over West Texas. Right now, at this hour, Lubbock has winds of 37 27 miles an hour. San Angelo, 20-mile-an-hour winds. Closer to home, we're a little bit calmer, but as the front that's out over West Texas moves closer, our winds are going to pick up overnight tonight. Right now, we're sitting at 72 degrees. Winds are out of the south-southeast, 8 miles an hour. Coming up in first warning weather a little later on, we'll talk more about what this front means for the first part of your work week.
Well,